Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Never Open Podcast, the podcast open to everyone except for Corey and Trevor. They're fucking idiots. My name is Luke. I'm your host of the Never Open Podcast, and with me, as always, is Mr. Andy. Say hello, Mr. Andy.
Hello, Mr. Andy. Hello, Luke. And goodbye to Corey and Trevor, unless they got smokes. Smokes.
Yeah.
Now, smokes.
Now. Yes, indeed. We're going to be talking about nights 7 and 8 of the G1 Climax 34. If you want to get that voice right, listeners, just pretend you're having a poop and 34.
We are not responsible for any hemorrhoids
or
problems that happen because of that. So
no, there's your poop warning. Wow, we're professionals. We're starting off strong. But before we start with the G1 talk, there are ways that people can contact and interact with us if they wish to. We are on the Tweety, and I'm there at Grumpy2EB. Mr. Guy is there at Drucifer Tweets. Collectively, we're there as well at Never Open Pod. If you want to send us a written or voice email, and you don't, obviously, you can do that too. neveropenpod@gmail.com. Also, if you've got any of that 34 Sasha Banks money, kick it our way. We have a Teespring store where you can buy merch that'll make you look never as fuck.
Hey.
And also, you can even see me do this intro that I'm doing to you now and see some never as fuck merch because I'm wearing it. And yeah, we're on the YouTubes. Hey, there we are at the Never Open Podcast. Do it. Watch us on there. Give us likes, shares, subscribes. I never asked say that last bit, but do that if you want.
Please. We're almost to like monetization level, I think, or something. I don't know.
All we need is another 5 billion.
I don't know. I think it's like hours watched or something. But anyway, Luke, these shows, night 8 and 9 of G1 Climax 34. Well, the first night is at Yamaguchi. Now, there is a little news, but I guess, we could say it now. It doesn't really matter. Young Fujita, who will be performing on this show here, he gets injured in this match, apparently. His knee is ouchy. Sounds to me, I could be wrong, it sounds to me like one of those things where, like, if he was in the tournament, he would have kept going. But, like, since he's just doing tag shit, it's like, why risk anything? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just to put him off. I actually had that note at the start of the next night, but we've already talked about it. That's all good. But yeah, let's get started. Where are we, by the way?
Yamaguchi, and Walker Texas Stewart is on the call. Will he be joined by someone else? We'll find out.
Yes, indeed. All right, so we start first with Katsuya Murashima and Shomikato versus Jake Lee and Gabe Kidd. Both young lions run out, but Murashima, he runs out the fastest. But I don't think he loses, so there's that. All right. There's a double drop kick spot on Jake Lee, but Shomikato's feet either don't or barely touch him. It happens. It's fine.
Try not to get eat.
Yeah. Hey, you got to go hard. But you don't want to. I wouldn't want to kill someone that tall, calls himself smart, probably knows ways to hurt you that you don't know about. Absolutely not. And look, for Shomikato's silly little botch, he gets chokeslammed by Jake Lee. And Gabe Kidd is fucking awesome. So, yeah.
He sells for the Young Lions, and I was kind of pissed because Shomikato kind of stole Murashima's little running forearm thing, hitting the ropes and the different ropes and hitting the forearms. And I was like, brother, that's not your shit. Chokeslam. All right, good. So, next, Luke, we have Evil Dick versus Newman and Great O'Khan, which is a good team. So we get big cheers for United Empire here. Which, by the way, this venue is one of those darkened venues. You can see it's not quite the Dark City, but it's somewhere in that it's in that galaxy. But
City adjacent.
There's a lot of people there though, so it's not like they're trying to hide anything. So Yeah. But we'll talk more about lighting on night 2 or night 9, I guess. But anyway, the fans absolutely love, Great O'Con, and he does the sit in the corner thing on Evil, and the fans just eat it up. House of Torture, of course, do House of Torture things, and they beat up Great O'Con. Newman tags in and hits a standing moonsault on Evil, and then he gets double teamed. But Great O'Con saves Newman from the garrote and takes Evil to the outside. Newman flips out of a cutter, and it looks nuts. From Dick Togo tries to hit him with a cutter, and Newman flips out of it like forward somehow. Like, what?
Awesome, mate.
Cyclone kick. He pins Togo.
Just Callum Newman deciding to break the laws of physics. That was really cool. All right, so next we have Shooter Umino and Tomoaki Honma versus Sonata and Taka Michinoku. I get the giggles when Taka Michinoku has Honma in a front face lock, and he does some regal shit. You know how, like, he's the first person I ever noticed do this a lot in submissions and shit, so I just call it regal shit. And that's when you got a dude in submission, and it's not enough. So you, like, get your knuckles, and you just fucking grind it into their face and stuff. Taka's doing that to Honma, and I'm just laughing my ass off. It's fucking... It's so fucking funny. The cameraman misses Honma oiling out of a paradise lock.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, man. Because I rewound it because Charity was in the room, and I was like, Charity, there's only one man who can escape the paradise lock. Do you know who it is? She's like, lists off a couple names. Yano? No. A couple other names. I'm like, no, it's Honma. She's like, why? Because he's covered in oil and he just like slips out of it. And she's like, show me. And the cameraman, the cameraman missed it. So, by the way,
Walker acts like he'd never seen it before too. He was like, what's that? You know, he never seen that one, which is weird.
I kind of like, I don't mind that. Sometimes he can't know all the stats and all the histories and stuff. And that's one little thing that's like, I don't know. You have to have seen it before to remember it, I guess. I don't know. It's one of those things. But
that's how that works.
Apart from the cameraman, that was funny. Honma sets up Taka so Shooter can finish him. And I like that because Shooter just shows he's a generous motherfucker. It's just like, you know what? I could win this. But I feel like Shooter Umino really needs to rack up some wins right now. This is the guy, to the guy who's doing actually okay in the G1, right? He's pretty deep. Yes. So Taka, he's getting pinned again because he's the junior in the match, and that's the rules of New Japan.
It's true. And we'll see.
I feel like those old guys in that group, like Taka, Jado, Gato, Togo, that's what they're there to do. They're there to run things and to job.
That's great. That's not how it works in a lot of promotions, where
Kevin Nash, I'm going to make myself champion.
Exactly. So next, Luke, we have Shingo and Naito versus Zack Sabre Jr. and Fujita. This is the match where Fujita's ouchie knee happens. So I don't know where it happens, but it sure does. Fujita wants to start versus Naito, so he does, and he gets a little shine and chops the shit out of the champ. But LIG double team him, of course, and Fujita gets a really, really good looking enziguri on Naito. Maybe too good. Maybe he smeared the champ's face with his leg. That was pretty amazing. But, we get some previews, Zack Sabre Jr. Shingo shit, and that's what it's all about for this match. It's incredible. Oh, man. Pumping Bomber and Shingo hits Made in Japan on Fujita, scoring the pinfall victory. Good job. Like, Fujita gets some respect on his name, and we get some preview stuff. I like that match.
That's right. Yeah, I liked it too. Yeah, the preview stuff is awesome. Yeah, I don't know. It's a shame that Fujita is out, but he did get crunched by Shingo a little bit. So maybe, I don't know. So next up we have Bolton Oleg, who's on 4 points at the moment, and Yota Tsuji on 2 points. And all right. Do you remember when we never used to remember to do the points?
Yeah.
All right. One of the advantages of not doing that is that most matches tend to be some form of surprise or whatever, or other. But I see the scores on these two, and I'm like, if Yoda loses this, like, I'm losing all hope in the fucking world. Like, no offense to Oleg, but come on, man. Tsuji's on 2. That's bullshit. Anyway, this is this is a Lex Luger match essentially, because maybe Oleg hasn't really gone to selling school, because this is all. I'm not saying he can't. I'm just saying watch his matches. It's usually him mostly on offense, and then he might get blasted and lose.
You're trying to say that Lex Luger didn't sell? I mean, have you seen WCW? He oversold. Like someone punch him and he go "Dah!" like that every time somebody hit him. "Dah!"
All right, so I'm not trying to besmirch Lex Luger. Okay, I'm just saying that I know Lex Luger can sell that. What I'm saying though is we haven't really seen Boltin Oleg take a beating.
That's true. Well, actually, we have, but it's been
being a young lion doesn't really count. Like, you're not a young lion anymore, so like, let's see some selling chops. Let's see you take some gnarly soup. Like, he doesn't take. It's mostly Oleg. And no offense to Boltin Oleg, but I'd rather just see you get a whooping from Yota Tsuji. I like his offense a lot more, and I'm more interested in Yota Tsuji. But we're trying to fucking put him over. So Yota Tsuji, what does he do? He bumps around like a freaking madman. I like how Yota turns things around, winning a suplex off, though. And Yota Tsuji, what does he do? Well, if you're in LIJ, what do you do to someone like Oleg? Yeah, you fucking brab him out. And Oleg makes the ropes, and then Oleg hits a "you can," and I get pissed off. I'm like, fucking what? Come on, man. No. But no. You to hold I think he can't get it, or
Tsuji wriggles out of it.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, that's right. There's one where he goes for it again, and Yoda holds the ropes, and he shoves Oleg away, and boom, motherfucking Gene Blast. I think Yoda might have hit maybe one or two other moves. There was a bit of a corner stomp on Oleg and stuff as well, but not many. So yeah, I guess all he needed was to shove him and Gene Blast him, because that's the match. Yoda on 4, Oleg on 4. I'm ready to see. Like, I know Oleg's a big, muscly dude, and I'm not expecting him to, bump like he's Ren Narita or something. But I'm ready for him to face someone who's as big as him, or a little bigger, and we see him get crunched a little bit. I'm ready for that. Okay. I'm going to see another side of him.
That's fair. He is very one-dimensional as a wrestler so far, but that's okay. I mean, we did not see the spot you predicted where it was the Gene Blast, and here comes the double bars.
Double barrel shot kick. Yeah.
All right. So you're never going to get my joke about it, but that's okay. So, but this night is all about everybody evening up. So, in fact, both these nights are all about everybody just evening up. It's tons of stuff. So this is kind of
night too.
Yeah, that's. Mm-hmm. So Gabe Kidd joins commentary at this point, but Walker acts like this was not planned. And Kidd says he was just bored, so let's get on with it. Now, he is not good at first, all right? Like, at first, it's kind of like he doesn't know what to say, and he says a few cool things, but then something happens, and we'll talk about it, and he blossoms, and it becomes some of the best shit we've seen heard on commentary. It was really good. So, but the next match is Yuya Uemura versus Hanare.
Yeah,
and Walker says that Hanare has had a breakout year. And Gabe Kidd says, well, it's about time he did something with his life. So Hanare respects the first rope break, and there's a strong style shoulder tackle exchange. Yuya gets some arm drags and a shoulder tackle of his own. We get some big strikes and reversals, and everything looks fantastic. Hanare stays in control, though, and just kicks the shit out of Yuya. And Yuya eventually fires up. He answers the challenge, hitting monster chops, but Hanare gets a berserker bomb to stay in control. Yuya hits a cross body, but just like Cobb, Hanare just rolls through, and he hits that Maui drop thing, right? After a few reversals from Yuya, they do the bouye spot, and the crowd is just chanting along, man. It's big time. They trade big strikes of all types. It's pretty goddamn never. And they keep reversing each other's full Nelson move attempts. Yuya's trying to get the dragon suplex, and Hanare's trying to put on the Ultima. This is so cool. So Hanare has, all right, so Yuya, what is this? Hanare's got the thing on, right? The full Nelson, and Yuya breaks it, right? Okay, but that puts Hanari. Okay, no, it's Yuya that has it, right? And then Hanari breaks that, so that puts Yuya's hands down by his side. He just turns that into a German suplex.
Yeah, it's so fucking good.
Oh,
that's the kind of shit Tanahashi would do when trying. It's similar to like how he'd go for some kind of suplex and then boom, straight jacket German. You like that. Oh, I'm not going to get this suplex on. Oh, I'll get this one. Jay White used to do it, maybe banging on someone's shoulder or something like that, and then they go to bang him, and he's like ducks his head under
the half and half.
Yeah, love that kind of shit.
Really cool spot. So one of my favorite spots at both these nights. So we get a big lariat for 2 from Hanari, but Yuya gets a very, very nice drop kick, crossbody for 2. High fly flow, but Hanari gets the knees up. He knew it was coming. And Hanari tagged with Tanahashi. He knows when that move's coming, man. It's like they don't say anything about that on commentary, but maybe missed opportunity. But signature strikes from both guys. Yuya hits a bridging German for 2. Deadbolt suplex, but they struggle in the clutch, working in a bunch of like quick reactions out of the crowd. It's really neat, man. They do a good job working the crowd. Pele kick for Yuya, PK from Hanari, Rampage tackle from Hanari, but it's only for 2. Bridging Dragon suplex for 2 for Yuya. And Gabe Kidd is like, why do Tanahashi's moves, bro? And I'm like, let's say more about that later. So there's a headbutt war from Yuya, but Yuya can't win that. Hammerhead, Streets of Rage. Hanari wins. Yuya was still struggling to get out of the hold from Hanari until the move was in motion, like at the very end. That was a really cool detail, and this match was full of really cool details. Gabe Kidd wonders why Yuya is spending time thinking about Tanahashi when he could be winning matches. Both guys end up on 6 points after this match.
Because Gabe Kidd wasn't out for Oleg versus Suji, my first thought was, hey, is he just out here because he's going to fuck with Hanari the way he thinks Hanari kind of fucked with him when he was on commentary for his match? But no, Kidd's here to do commentary, and he's going to leave the thing. So,
but Hanari does fuck with him after the match. They trash talk after the match, and that's the moment that Gabe Kidd kind of like blossoms, and all of a sudden he is amazing. It says all kinds of great things. Yeah,
he's wonderful on commentary. Is there anything he can't do? Oh my goodness. This match was G1. Awesome. Yeah, true. I fucking loved it. There's a never streak in Yuya for sure. I've seen him against Cobb now and Hanari in this G1, and I'm just like, yeah, I can absolutely see it. But he doesn't just because he has the double arm chops, he can go toe to toe and that kind of stuff. But I also like how he just mixes in just like the fundamentals and put this. All right, I'm gonna catch you chopping arm drag, all this kind of stuff. I really like his shtick. Like the Tanahashi stuff, that's fine. Like that's not as interesting to me as this guy going like, look, not only like I'm the fundamentals guy. I've got the basics down so good that I can put them on here and stuff. I like that aspect the most. I don't know. Then maybe the Tanahashi stuff.
He's very versatile.
Yeah,
and I don't know that all the young line, all that group of, they're not young lions anymore. You know what I mean? But I don't know all those guys are as versatile as him, and that's one of the like big keys of his success so far.
I've seen him do never stuff. He gets up on the top rope, he flies. I've seen him do mat-based submission wrestling, technical stuff as well, fundamentals, strikes. Yeah, I agree. I probably didn't think about it like that until you said it. But
hey, I made a thing.
That's right. Good point. All right. So next we have El Phantasmo, who's on 2 versus Jeff Cobb, who's on 4. Important thing to note here is that Marty Asami is reffing this match.
Yeah. I was happy to see him.
And Cobb's a nice dude in this match to El Phantasmo. And I thought to myself, El Phantasmo to the Empire? I'm like, I'm not sure he'd kind of fit that dynamic.
Oh, he'd slide right in there. You kidding me?
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
Because, yes, they fight and they will fuck each other up in this match, but there's times that Cobb could have been like this kind of uber heel dick, and he was just like, come on, man, pulls him up. It's like, hey, stop being depressed. Let's fight. Like, all this kind of stuff.
Did you catch Gabe Kidd critiquing ELP's sad boy routine? And I mean, if ELP wanted to be a dick, he could be like, well, aren't you the original sad boy?
Oh yeah,
you know. But he didn't say that. I did.
No, that's a little too dark for me, isn't it? Cobb even offers El Phantasmo his hand, and of course ALP takes it. But he takes advantage of the opportunity too and tries to roll Jeff Cobb up because Jeff Cobb's a freaking big, strong dude, and if you can get this done quick, do it. Cobb goes for a deadlift suplex, and ELP slips out of it, and he hits a tope. El Phantasmo taking the Yu route by pushing Cobb into the corner post and hitting a moonsault. El Phantasmo is caught, and he's belly to belly. Cobb shoves El Phantasmo across the ring. It's not quite a pounce because Cobb doesn't really move, but I like this move he's doing where he's just like, shove.
Push. Yeah.
That's it. And just imagine someone flying backwards from a force push, listeners, and that's...
And they're ELP. And
they
can bump even harder than Stormtroopers. So
that's right. That's exactly right. But I just like that. Cobb serves El Phantasmo, and Marty, for some reason at this point, is tempted to ask the question. I'm like, dude, it's a surfboard. I didn't know this was a submission. You could just ask if they give up. But that was strange. What are you doing, Marty?
Hey, Gabe, he likes asking people. He does it in regular life. He just walks up to people. It's like, what do you think? Give up? They're like, what?
Some guys on the bridge.
He's like, somebody tries to pick up the milk and they struggle for a second. Marty's like, give up? What do you think? I think we already made that joke, but yes.
Someone's standing on the ledge of a building and he sticks his head out of the window. He's like, give up? No, that's, wow. Don't do that, people. I'm an asshole. So moving on. We all know this. I like that Gabe puts over that hammer and sickle ground lariat that Cobb does because, he mentions that like when that kind of ground lariat is put on you, you don't move. There's no cushion. Like there's no flying through the air or landing. There's nowhere to go except thud. So he really put that move over, and I was like, fuck yeah. The best kind of heels are the ones that be like, I like that, but he's a piece of shit. And he's got some of that. This match is fucking fun. Cobb, he tells El Phantasmo he can't be sad forever and screw friends. And I'm thinking, all right, Empire Bound, maybe. El Phantasmo tries he might. He gets caught and he gets toured. But there is a moment where did I just notice this now and I'm dumb, or did he do it for the first time? When Vader would just jump at you with his arms and legs
standing out. Fez thing, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does that and he says, Vader!
Yeah, it was funny.
That was fucking awesome. He's got the build for it. Why not do it? Hey, and you're paying tribute to one of my fucking favorite wrestlers of all time, Mr. Big Man Vader. He was the first, him and Mick Foley, I guess, were the first, dudes who don't have the wrestler physique that I saw. And let's face it, I've never had a wrestler physique either. But I was like, man, I love seeing a dude like Vader, and he can fly and shit. Fuck, man.
Bam Bam. That was always my guy when I was younger.
Dude, I love me some Bam Bam Bigelow too.
Same shit though,
Yeah, that's why I love Kevin Owens. I like, mind you, Kevin Owens is that's all muscle. It's like, come on.
It's 5. He's 5'6" too. So
who, Kevin Owens?
A big guy, yeah. So he's tiny.
I'm also Tom Cruise height, so just putting that out there. But yes, there is a very evening thing going on, but El Phantasmo has a story being told here, and yes, he loses. So not only does he lose, he's now out,
eliminated. Yeah, he's eliminated.
The tournament.
Jeez.
So they're telling a story here. He can play a bit of spoiler later on. I'm okay with that. They're telling a story with him, and because he is so charismatic, I'm like you. I'm willing to. Let's see where it goes. Yeah, I like this a lot.
Well, Cobb's on 6 and ELP's on 2, eliminated. Something that happened in this match reminded me of something I can never fail to bring up when it comes up, if I can, is that Cobb was yelling at ELP, motivational shit, kind of you can't be sad forever. I'll be your friend, while he's beating him up. And it reminded me of when Bo Dallas was first around and he would put people in a submission hold and be like, you don't give up, buddy. That kind of thing, which is pretty funny. So I love that. Now, I just got to say that in that match and going forward, I'm probably this is going to be a broken record for me, but man, Walker is like his comic timing is getting precise in a way that is just as good as it gets. So I'm on board, man. When he's with somebody that isn't somebody, but when he's with one of these wrestlers, sometimes his comic timing is incredible and it's adding to the match. It's not taking away. This is really good commentary, and I hate commentary. So
I feel like you get a bit more of a sense of Walker himself when he's bouncing off the wrestlers. Instead, like when he's with other commentators, he's in super straight-laced professional mode. I'm not saying he's not straight-laced and professional on these shows. He is, but yeah. He bounces well off these wrestlers. Like, he makes me laugh in the main event, but we'll get there.
He gets them to ask him questions too sometimes, which is really key. The only thing I gotta say is that every time whenever he's on camera and he knows he's on camera, he's doing this every time he talks. He's like this, and it's like just put your hands somewhere else, dude. So anyway.
By the way, I like how chilled out he's getting on commentary, because like usually we'd see him in like a suit, a jacket and stuff. Must have been fucking
too hot, dude.
Next night he's rocking a fucking polo, and I'm like, dude, yeah, that's it.
It's really hot in Japan right now.
Shit.
So
they're having the hottest fucking summer on record.
Mm-hmm. And you can tell
climate change isn't real.
I mean, especially in these low lighting settings, like the sweat is just off of people when they hit big lariats and shit. It's kind of cool. All right, next look, we have Ren Narita versus Goto. Gosh, who do I cheer for? I hate both these guys. But Gabe Kidd, he calls House of Torture the worst faction in New Japan history. He also talks mad shit about Goto, which I'm just all bored, So we get the Ren Amaru Gambit, of course, to start the match. And Ren uses tricks on Goto, and they work because Goto's stupid. And this crowd really has great reactions to everything, man. Marty has to save Goto's life when Ren chokes him with the fishing pole. Then Abe and Marty both take a tumble when they're trying to stop Ren from stealing the ring bell. And that was so great. That worked so Ren was like, well, that worked better than I thought it was going to work, and walks over and uses a chair or something on Goto. That was tremendous, man. Marty's very physical in this match. He's trying to get his shit in. These guys settle in a nice back and forth with Goto mounting a comeback and Ren cutting him off. The crowd chants for Goto a lot because they're dumb and they're really hot. Their brains kind of cooked, and he might have paid them. So Ren gets the fishing pole
record
to distract Marty because it's shiny, and it makes a sound. And Marty's like, "Oh, what's that?" And Marty gets bumped, of course. Push up bra, but no. Goto uses the fishing pole and beats Ren easily in a duel of the fates with the fishing pole versus push up bra. Goto hits a million headbutts, a big lariat. Ren grabs Marty, low blows Goto out of nowhere, double cross. Ren wins. Ren on 6, Goto on 4.
So they keep saying on the commentary and stuff that it's not like a fishing pole, it's some kind of sword or something. And then fucking Ren gets in trouble for using it. This is the G1. Fight him with a real sword. Yeah. Come on.
I guess it's fighting with a real sword. No.
No. Oh my god. This match made me happy because Ren Narita won. This is his niche. I love Ren in this House of Torture role. I do. So I guess I don't. Yeah, especially when he beats Goto. All right. So the next match, I fucking love it. It's Konosuke Takeshita on 6 points versus the boss dog. It's the boss dog. It's the boss dog. Walker, stand up for the boss dog. If you don't stand up, I'm gonna beat the fucking shit out of you. Stand up for the boss dog now. All right, Gabe Kidd, just fucking chill.
So boss dog could be the bad guy in the Bong Dog movie.
Oh my god.
Just saying. Just saying.
Yeah.
Did you notice that Takeshita stopped to stare down Gabe on the way to the crowd or the ring, and Walker says something that I would say in the middle of I'm about my friends are about to fight at a bar or something. And he's like, guys, please don't do this. Please don't do this now. That is exactly the kind of cowardly thing I would say. So I was like, that's realistic. I love that. So.
Because one of you is going to duck and I'm getting punched in the friggin' face. Just chill.
He sees what happens to Marty. He knows what's up. So,
oh my goodness. Oh my god. So yes, I like. Oh, that's my first note, by the way. Gabe and Takeshita have a stare down, and then
Walker scared. I was too.
Oh my god. Finley does like a comical and awkward kind of Abe spot because maybe Abe wasn't ready for it and he doesn't fly backwards. Instead, he's like,
shoot Abe spot.
Yeah, that was more shooting, wasn't it? Oh my goodness. So what I like about this match is Takeshita isn't deceptively strong. He looks like a beast. Maybe it's the tats or something, but like pound for pound, if you watch a Finley match lately, rather than like a few years ago, Finley's like power move, power move, power move. So this is strikes versus strikes and power moves versus power moves. The match versus a dude I've been loving since he. Takeshi is such a beast. He fought himself out of a jobber spot at AEW in fucking no time. Like, yeah, we'll just bring this guy in from DDT. It'll be fine. And like, everyone's going bonkers for him because watch him.
It's pretty great.
And then Finley, who, for whatever reason, I get the vibe that he's not working for a lot of other Western fans the way he's working for us. I fucking love his persona here. And you feel like, all right, I know a lot of people also say, make Kid the fucking guy in charge, make Kid the guy in charge. But man, I really like Kid on commentary here. It's just like, this is the boss dog. He's the best. He's the man. Like, just
Kid works in the spot he's in, right? I mean, like, I think he works better in the spot he's in. If he's a leader, that's more responsibility for him. And like, he's more of like the like ferocious general, you know what I mean? Like probably what Foley was supposed to be, you know, like the road general type of guy. So
Finley will say it best the next night, and Finley will say, I tell Gabe Kidd to beat this guy up, he'll do it. No questions asked.
He'll do it with a smile on his face. He's a madman, you know.
That's right. He's boss dog, and then Finley will call him a mad dog many times. I just oh my god. All right. So so the crowd laughs at that fucking awkward Abe spot. I would too. And Finley is pissed off at one point that Red Shoes won't count. And Finley says, "Why? What do you mean you're not going to count? He's a DDT guy. I'm the New Japan guy. Count." And Red Shoes is like, "I don't care. I'm not fucking counting that shit. Hell no." Gato and Finley high-five each other after David shoves Takeshita through the gate. So they're like, yeah, high five. And then Gato and he's chilling out near Gabe Kidd, and Gabe Kidd's like, yeah, that was cool, wasn't it? Yeah, and Gabe Kidd and Gato fucking like bump fists. How's it, War Dog style? I'm like,
that was fun.
Oh my god, this fucking match. All right. So there is minimal cheating, but the cheating in it it's amazing. It is one of my favorite Gato spots. I fucking laugh my ass off. That's near the end. What we get is a gnarly power move never match. This is never as fuck. I see them just absolutely destroy each other. So usually what we've seen so far in this tournament is Takeshita and the other wrestler going toe-to-toe. Could go either way, but Takeshita will deliver that final knockout shot. Well, he does that in this match too. Like, delivers such a knockout shot, you think, all right, Finley's cooked, he's done. But then there's like the ref's been Red Shoe got bumped or something like that, and he's on the outside, and he's about to go back into the ring to do the count. Gato grabs him by the scruff, holds fingers in front of his face, and he's like, "Hey man, are you okay? That was a nasty fall, man. No. Hey, I'm just checking on you. Are you okay? Just going like, are you like, how many fingers am I holding up? Are you all right? All this kind of shit." I'm fucking laughing my ass off. That is absolutely incredible. That's not just holding the guy and holding him. That's going the little extra and just. Oh my god!
Was that hilarious. After the last ride power bomb?
Yeah.
Where like Takeshita was gonna maybe win because he hit like the biggest power bomb of all time on Finley. And so, but Gato starts like, "Oh, Red Shoes, I think you need to talk to me for a second, and we need to check on you, just make sure you're okay."
I'm really concerned about your health,
That was
mate.
funny.
Oh, it's those little extra touches that I absolutely appreciate, and that's Gato right there, right? Oh my god, that there. So, like, of course, like that allows David Finlay to take charge, and he does. His way of cheating is, yeah, it's a mix between, it's like a happy medium between House of Torture-ish and maybe the Suzuki style. Like, I'm gonna beat you up and hurt you. Oh shit, I'm fucked. Gato, get up here and distract this motherfucker for me, like that. So it's not so bad. But as soon as that spot happened with Gato, I was like, all right, yeah, Takeshi just cooked here. He's done. And sure enough, overkill. And Nave, I'd love for a finishing move because that album by Motorhead is fucking gnarly, man. Holds up too. And it is an evenings of the score. He's got a belt, so you can't have him on 4 points at this time in the tournament. Come on, man. But this match actually made me forget who had what points. It was just
Who cares?
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're both
6
on
points
6,
each.
right? Yeah. It was tremendous. Now, the biggest spot in the match was probably at one point Gato was pulling that bullshit with Red Shoes. He did that a couple times during the match, and Takeshita hasn't really had an opportunity yet like this. But he looks over, he sees what's going on, he sees that Finley's down next to him, and he's like, I'm on the other side of the ring. They can't fucking see me. He pulls out a bunch of chairs, lands them all on Finley, and then gets in the ring and does a senton atomiko from the fucking ring to the floor, lands on Finley. That's the biggest move we've seen him do since that ladder match, as far as like just monster out of control moves that are like, that is insane. That was awesome.
And this is the dude who wrestled an extra singles match because he had a booking at DDT early on. Remember, he had to have the catch-up tournament match on the other block night. Yeah, so I feel like this guy has a bit of Kota Ibushi's insanity in him somewhere. Just a little smidge of it, man. Yeah,
and that's good. It's like you don't know when that's going to come out. Came out of nowhere this time, and it worked great for both guys. It just looked awesome. So that like show in general.
Yeah,
fucking love that show. Like I was like, man, this is fucking G1 man, night 8, yeah, and I like was ready to watch the next night. That's night 9, and this is Osaka, but it's at a different arena than we've ever been to in Osaka. It's called Yamato Arena, and it's very well lit. You can see it's like a B-League basketball place. I didn't look it up, but I'm sure the Dolphins, fucking destroy every team that plays there. It's very well lit, so you can see all the fans' reactions, which I love that. You know what I mean? Because these fans are having huge reactions. You can see their faces. I'm going to go ahead and start. Is that cool?
Yeah, I started last
year. This starts with something very strange. Marty Asami is in the ring, and I am like, what happened? He is getting punished, or is Kenta Sato making his move finally, or both? We're not sure, but there's some fucking bullshit going on, and we get something that's more than a 2-on-2 match. So the show starts with Hanma, Goto, and Shomakato. Oh no, 4-on-4. Sorry, Hanma, Goto, Shomakato, and Murashima. We live inside his dream versus Takeshita, Akira, and Hanare on the Cobb. So Goto and Takeshita start, and they do heavyweight shit, and Takeshita's clearly bigger and better than Goto. And Kato tries the body slam Cobb, no Uranagi. Take picture from Cobb and Akira, and it's terrifying because they goes a little too hard with it, and it's like he like flips Akira down. Akira kind of like hits Cobb's on the head, and then like lands all awkward, and it's like, oh my god! Don't take picture. Don't take.
Kicked him in the face on the way down. I want to see a photo of that part.
Oh man. Murashima gets an awesome, great, like, hot tag. He helps Hanma hit a Kokeshi on Akira, and Akira takes exception to that. Fireball knees on Murashima for the win, but Takeshita had taken a really big shot from Goto at the end, and he's got this worried look on his face, right? But don't worry, buddy. It's just Goto. Cobb and Hanare acknowledged their match coming up, too. So that was another preview match where the guys were on the same team that we've seen 2 of those now.
I think... I'm thinking, this lineup's weird. Why is Takeshita with the Empire guys again? And because he's been sort of semi-aligned with Will Ospreay at various points in AEW.
Yeah, that's right.
Story. Like, yeah, I'm like, you know what? I'm pretty sure Ospreay's a face now and told that group to fuck themselves. But you know what? I don't care. It's tenuous. I'll allow it. Let's go. Doesn't matter. Who cares? It's a tag match. What do you want? All right. Next we have Toriano and Bolton Oleg versus Gato and David Finlay. All right. So I think we both know the real reason Marty's out early. It's probably to give Marty Jr. a chance to ref some tournament matches or something, or something like that. Maybe give Kenta Sato a bit of a high spot. I don't know.
Man, fuck Kenta Sato.
I'm like, do any of those motherfuckers like not only ref but drive the bus, or is it just Marty? Marty should be main event. Red Shoes, you do the opener.
They all sleep while he's driving the bus.
All right. So I thought David Finlay couldn't anger me anymore. Like last time, not pissed. He would have if he could.
He about pissed.
Yeah, that's right. He spit on the never open title, and I'm like,
he spit on the crowd the night before, that was too far, dude. You could tell it was like, whoa. I hope somebody talked to him about that. Don't spit on the crowd. Jesus Christ.
So there is a kick out, and Gato yells at Marty, saying, "You're too fucking slow." And David says, "You're a fucking shit ref, and Red Shoes is better than you."
Oh my god!
And I'm like, didn't you just complain about Red Shoes last night, like with the count? Like, you know what? Fuck you. You've got double in with me, you prick. Oh my god! Fuck you, Red Shoes is not as good as Marty Asami. There is no way. Marty, he breaks up Yano's double beard lock on Gato, which makes me laugh. And then Yano takes Gato to school.
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah, he didn't even need the ball shot to win that one. You know, it was
funny.
Enough. But I love Marty's double axe handle is excellent. I mean, like he goes up, he comes down, he knows what he's doing, you know. So next, Luke, we have ELP and Jado versus Yuya Uemura and Taka Michinoku. Marty's still here. They're making him do 3 matches. Fucking bullshit. But it's fun to have him here. You know, he's whatever. But ELP's goofing
the bus
around.
Ran out of petrol, and he's got like, you know, someone had to go get more petrol or something, and he's in the doghouse. You're right.
Yeah. So Kenta Sato made his move. He's been talking shit, you know. So, but ELP's trying to goof around at the beginning of this, and you just like, no, let's wrestle. So, but there are some fun eye poke shenanigans between Taka Michinoku and ELP. ELP goes off like a bunch, and Taka's able to tag Yuya back in. Yuya and ELP are in. It's not perfect or anything, which I like though. It's like it's still like tremendous, and Yuya's got this thing where it's like his moves aren't perfect, but they look just great. They look like they hurt. And so we've told, like when ELP first showed up, his shit was too smooth. It didn't really like, it's like Sonata kind of like didn't look like anything hurt. But this is a, you know, great matchup for this kind of thing to see how this goes. So Jado's revenge tour continues. He hits the green killer on Yuya, and Taka has to save Yuya. Fuck that. But Yuya makes him tap out. He gives up.
Yeah, it was, you know. Yeah, Taka, you're below Jado in the.
Why can't he hit that on Taka? Hit the green killer on Taka, then have, you know, Yuya save Taka. Make a little more sense.
Yeah, but oh my god,
the birds agree. The birds are back. I heard them. That's awesome.
They're back in town. Yes, they are. All right. So next we have Red Narita and absolute fucking dickwad Yoshinobu Kanemaru. I haven't slagged him off for a while. And they're wrestling Yoda Tsuji and Bushi. And Yoda Tsuji is coming out with like a cool looking matching mask. You know what I reckon? Bushi's like, hey, you want to wear a matching mask? And every other guy in LIJ is like, sure, but you're paying for it.
Wow, he's got an extra, I'm sure, laying around. You know,
he's got a few. When a new guy joins LIJ, he takes face measurements straight away, like head measurements and stuff. So we can fucking
I always love him and Teton mask shopping, which was a funny gimmick that we did a long time ago.
Yeah, I love that too. Fucking posing montage. What I love though is as the torture guys attack, and and everyone's booing because Ren Narita's trying to unmask Yota Tsuji like a dick. Even the ref's going like, "Hey, you can't do that."
Does it anyway. No DQ match, anyway. I guess. I guess this was a no DQ match.
But that's not the finish of the match. The ref knows that. So he gets chomped, of course. But I did like that. That was funny that the ref at least like reacted to it, I guess. Oh my god, that actually really made me laugh, and I enjoyed it a lot. But there's a gene blast on Yoshinobu Kanemaru, that son of a bitch. So I'd love to see him whiskey spit as he gets blasted in his jeans. Has he done that before?
That looks awesome. I've seen that happen before, where a guy does a spit take when he's getting speared. It's amazing. Yeah, I'm sure it's happened.
But what I want to see is like he's got his back turned or something, having a swig of whiskey, getting ready to fucking go, and as soon as he turns around, from Yota Tsuji. That'd be fucking gnarly.
Now, after that match, Tsuji is selling his knee. House of Torture fucked his knee up a little bit, so I'm sure that'll play into his match next time we record. But let's get to this A block night, Luke. Listen, I thought that so far Jake Lee's best match has been versus Sonata. I really like that match a lot. It was like perfect. I think this is my second favorite. It might be close to the Sonata match. I love this. It's Newman versus Jake Lee. Whew. Sakamoto reffing this match. Okay. So everybody's getting bumped up. I didn't like that. But David Finlay joins commentary, right? And this is interesting. He says some things. I didn't catch it all because I had to. It's a long story, but I couldn't turn it up as loud as I wanted to. So I couldn't hear everything. Hopefully, if there's anything he says, it's great. You caught it. But these guys do a fast flurry of dodges, and Jake bails to the outside. We get the Prince of Pace spot, and Newman tries the triangle moonsault, but gets murdered by Jake Lee. So Newman gets his ass kicked for a while. And Jake Lee does a decent like face plant bump when Newman trips him to start a comeback. I like that. He's big to do that. So then Jake Lee tries to bait Newman in after some PKs. He's like PK, and then Jake Lee's no, give me one more. He's going to catch it. Fucking Newman doesn't fall for it. He's also smart. Maybe not a bastard. We don't know. We don't know his lineage, but that was really cool. So let's see here. Newman, the sound lady almost gets killed by Newman as he flies to the outside and gets the moonsault. Jake Lee cuts Newman off with the knee lift. There's a fake out PK into a headlock for Jake Lee. I always like that when a bad guy's like, oh, I'm going to do this move. I'm going to do this move. Headlock. That's funny. Newman takes time to flip off Finlay while flying around doing moves. And that's a bad move because Oscutter is countered by a chokeslam, sorta. Jake Lee just kind of went, chokeslam, sure was. And he finally... They both, he and Finlay both crack up laughing, which I thought was funny. There's a sneaky roll up, and Newman gets a really, really close near fall, but face breaker Yakuza kick. Jake Lee wins. I thought that match was tremendous, and maybe Jake Lee's second best match. Both guys even up 4 points.
All right. So I love Jake Lee's Great Okan match as well, and I really like the Sabre Junior match too, but. I think it's the two that didn't work for me were Evil and Naito for whatever reason. Well, I think we know the reasons. You can go back and listen to those episodes, everyone. All right, so here's me with my big happy smiley face because I'm watching a guy who's green, in Callum Newman, versus a guy who we've described as limited in the ring, and here they are together. And I don't know if you had this like idea in your hand of like, how is this going to work? Really well, actually. And
that was great.
I thought this match was fucking awesome. I do like that David says something that I was reminded of when you mentioned you're doing Tanahashi shit, and that is everyone has the Oscutter scouted, and that's probably why Will stopped using it. He stopped using it as a finisher, but yeah. So I thought that was funny, but everyone's finishes like that. Tamatonga didn't stop using whatever the fuck he used. What was that move? Gun stun?
Yeah. Jeez Louise.
Yeah, sorry I brought him up, but I absolutely...
You're obsessed. You haven't brought up Yujiro yet, so, but there's still time.
Yeah. But I absolutely love this match. Jake Lee's great in it. And sure, like the Oscutter chokeslam shot, it's like he didn't get all of it. It looked a little whatever, but it didn't slow him down, and they just kept right on going. And I was like, yep, that's what you do. He looked smart. He looked like the smart bastard. And there's David Finlay on the call also adding to it by putting over his teammate. A really surprising gem. And I think I'm just going to come out and say it, Mr. Guy. I like Jake Lee.
Yeah. In some situations, he's really great. And tagging with Gabe Kidd's really helped a lot, too.
Absolutely. He's getting the Gabe Kidd rub. Absolutely there. So next, I love this match. It is the Great Khan versus Evil. That's my worst evil yet, but that's okay.
Put some stank on it a little bit.
That's right.
You know?
All right, so next, this is how it starts. We got Evil. Oh, he tags, of course, and he sends the Great Khan bowling. We get an awesome belly-to-belly by Great Khan. And Great Khan, he does this. I'm like, holy shit, I don't think I've seen this in a little while. He starts doing his Mongolian chops. I'm like, wait a minute.
I think he does.
When did you last do those?
Every match. Every
match?
Yeah.
Oh. All right. The new I didn't see Ishimori take the corner post off is now I didn't see Great Khan do Mongolian chops.
Well, you also didn't see him win any tag matches until last week either, last time recorded either. So,
to be fair, my notes for the tag matches are because I want to do fucking notes for the important matches. But yeah,
dude, this match is worth it. This match is tremendous.
Yeah, absolutely. Bro. And so yeah, seeing Great Khan sit on Evil in the corner is strangely cathartic. And I'm an Evil fan. But I get it. Seeing him get his comeuppance can be quite fun, especially since the prick's on 10 points by now. And, a lot of stupid people are probably like, I don't want Evil to win. Just relax. They keep him hot enough to be a threat.
I mean, we'll see what happens, you know?
Mind you, if Evil wins, I'm going to lose my mind.
That'd be awesome.
I just am. There's Great Khan has... All right. Ref's dumb in this match, right? Fucking stupid, and should get a haircut after it, because Great Khan has Evil in a submission. This happens later, but Evil is in a submission. He bites Great Khan's leg to get free. Fucking, I'd love that. Why make it to the ropes? Fucking.
Well, Finlay says using the ropes is for cowards. That's what he says.
Oh yeah, or for a submission specialist like Zack Sabre Jr. using the ropes is like that too, but then you'll see a match where he has to make the fucking ropes. Anyway, now there's a corner lariat and a foot stomp by Evil, and then Evil gets out of another submission, right? And he does it because the fucking stupid ref gets in close to ask the question, which allows Evil to like grab his hair and just go, which allows Togo to fucking pull him out of the ring and shit.
Dude. Togo was so close to the camera guy though that it looked like the camera guy pulled him out.
Pulling him out, yeah.
That was amazing. I love that.
So, no, the first time it happens, Evil grabs the ref and Togo pulls Great Khan up.
Okay, second time is what I was talking about. Sorry.
That's it. There's a darkness falls for 2. Great Khan, he fires back with like a reverse. Everything is evil, but he's got his claw hand on the back of Evil's head as he does it.
That's cool.
This guy is the modern day. What's his name? He's the modern day Canyon or something.
Oh, okay. What? Like, you mean Moppy guy? I can't remember his name.
No, Canyon.
I know.
Because I feel like Canyon was this dude who would just watch old matches of him. Everyone. Well, they're all old now. Sadly, he's passed away. But in a lot of matches he'll pull out at least something you might not have seen before at the time, or still. Was he the one that had the nickname the Innovator of Offense or something? Was that some other guy?
Maybe. Innovator of Violence is Tommy Dreamer.
Yeah. Please, sir, can I have another? Yeah, of course. We'd all love to hit you with sticks. Like, come on. Yeah. There's a dead horse we can all have a fucking crack at. Let's go.
Man.
So that everything is evil reverse thing was awesome. Great Khan, he's stubborn. He wants to win by the submissions, but the dumb ref gets in too close again to ask Evil to give up. Dude, step back a bit or get a haircut. And not wear a t-shirt, because that'd be the next thing. You just pull the fucking shirt. We need Randy Bandy Babandy with a shaved head to come and ref this match. Anyway,
or Hanma.
That's it, Hanma.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh. Give me that. Hanma is like, I'm gonna Hanma special rep.
Yeah, we could do
Fantasy
that.
Dream Book. It's that submission where Togo pulls him out, and it looks like a first-person kind of perspective. It's so fucking weird. Great. Everything is evil. No. Togo hits Great Khan in the back, and Great Khan's like, "Fuck you, plancha." Evil sends. Yeah, well, hell yeah. Crowd's going nuts for Great Khan. Great Khan, he's having I love G1 Great Khan. Evil sends Great Khan into the exposed corner and a lariat for 2. Everything? No. Reverse flatliner, eliminator. I mark the fuck out. I'm just jump for joy, because this is 2 matches in a row for Great Khan. It's Evil's first loss. But he's still the only man on the double digits. I fucking loved this match. Evil's a bump machine, and there's some fun cheating spots. Hey, if they fall for it at the same time every time, that's not Evil's fault, right? Right?
Yeah.
So all that kind of stuff. It's an innovative offense by both men. It's just their chemistry's great. And Great Khan gets a scoreboard that looks a little bit more reflexive of how fucking amazing I have found him this whole tournament.
Yeah, so he's on 4 points, right?
Yep.
And Evil stays on 10. I love that match. I thought it was fantastic. These 2 nights just continue like everything's good, and guys are hitting their stride. Commentary's great. The refs are fucking up. I mean, they're the only ones fucking up, really. But it's because Marty's not here. He would never mess up. But next, Luke, we have a match I didn't really know what to expect from, because I wasn't sure how this was going to go. It's Gabe Kidd versus Naito. Kenta Sato here. So Gabe Kidd has no issues with Naito taking his time. He's like, do whatever you need.
And I think he says, take your time, you'll be dead in 5 minutes.
Yeah, he's not worried about it, And there's big Gabe Kidd chants from the crowd, and Gabe Kidd smiles at Naito in like I'm not like selling. I'm like really smiling at you, and that was really cool. And they talk a bunch of shit, and it's like in that way where it doesn't matter what language they're speaking. They both know exactly what's going on. And we as the audience know too. It's really good, man. And what is pro wrestling? If you boil it down to its, finest thing, is it's story told through movement, right? And that's what they do. It's great, man. So Gabe Kidd is also all red, like he spent too long at the beach or something like that, which is interesting.
Man, yeah. Heat wave.
But he pounds Naito with strikes in the corner and pushes Kenta Sato down. Good. Fuck Kenta Sato. These guys fight all over the goddamn arena, and it's awesome. We're playing to the strengths. Naito's not going to botch, throwing Kid into the chairs, right? So, I mean, we're doing all kinds of cool shit like that. Kid even stops for a water break and then spits some in Naito's face while he's selling on the apron after getting slammed there. Finally, back in the ring. Your time is done, Naito. It's my time. And Kenta Sato stops Kid from murdering Naito with punches. And Kid grabs Naito, and he's like, ask him, that shit over and over again. And poor Kenta Sato has to look down at Naito and go, give up, buddy, give up,
He knows Naito likes to fuck with the refs after the match, and he might get a receipt.
We'll see what happens, So Naito comes back with some like corner stuff, and Kid bumps like this is his last match he's ever going to have. It's incredible, dude. It's a huge move.
That's the thing, right? He's a bruiser, but
he's bounced all over the place. Well, I mean, we've talked about it before. If you watch Harley Race or, some of the like tough guy wrestlers from the past, even Stan Hansen, guys like that, they bump like cartoon characters. You know what I mean? Because they know that puts them over. So it puts everybody over. It's great. So he's doing that kind of thing in a more realistic way. Naito slaps Kid, and Kid returns the slap, and it is big time slaps, and there's a tremendous sequence here with Naito looking like he's 20 years old, flying all over the place. DDT, but no, Naito turns into a small package for the win. I love that. All right. Naito goes over on Japanese commentary, like fucks with them by laying on the table and just sits there and waits till Kid notices him so that he can be like, yeah, hey, I did good, right? I beat you. You were going to beat me, but I beat you. The same thing that they started the match with. And Kid kills Young Lions on his way to the back and throws shit around. And there is a Young Lion that tries what's all this then? But Kid ignores him because he doesn't see him. He was trying to get in there to get beat up, but it didn't work. And then Naito attacks Kenta Sato after the match. Naito's on 6, Kid's on 6. I thought that was awesome. One of my favorite Naito matches this year.
Yeah,
like this year.
Wow. Yeah, I thought this match was fucking awesome, and Nitro's really good in it too. Just to add, I love David Finlay on commentary here because he's putting over his Mad Dog, and like at one point, Walker's like, what if he loses? And Finlay's like, no sweat. He's got two missions, not one. Belts or bodies. He's already got a belt, so just give me the body. So that's
perfect heel shit, because no matter what happens, you can be like, it's like you always win. The heels always win, no matter what, right?
Yeah. So you could have done this like this match easily could have been like Naito fucks him up, easily convincing, fucked him up to Stino for the finish, all that kind of stuff. Sometimes I'm a little about the roll-up wins from the really top guys. I'm like, come on, man, you couldn't get an emphatic win here. I don't know. This kind of puts over Gabe Kidd a little bit because he needed to sneak a roll-up to beat this guy. So I was like, they know what they have. They're not blind, and they're not deaf. They know what they have.
And they don't want him to go to AEW. So.
No, they do not.
Not yet, anyway. So,
nah. So yeah, I love this match. Like Gabriel Kidd, wow, he is the man. I love this. There's so much good shit in this match. But I guess you had the Red Narita Goto match, and I guess on this night, unless it turns out you absolutely loved it, in which case that's absolutely fine. But I am covering Sonata, who's on 4 points, versus Shooter Umino, who's on 6 points. And Sonata, since he lost the belt, and come back from this injury and stuff, I'm not into it. You know what would help? Is Taichi injured? Put him in the corner.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to interfere or nothing. Just put him in the corner for support, or put a Just 5 guy, Taka,
Dude, we didn't like Sonata until he got the Taichi rub when that feud happened. So,
and I liked his championship run. I was down on Sonata. It depends on what they do with him. I guess it's wrestling, they can turn anyone around, I guess. So, and I like Shooter. Mind you, I get a bit of a chuckle when this match starts because Shooter nearly jobs on the way in because he bumps his shoulder on the door. Finlay starts laughing about it as well. Finlay even says, I like Sonata's Cold Skull music better. We all do, man. We all do. And I'm also... So I'm watching this match. I love me some Shooter. I've got an on-again, off-again thing going on with Sonata, but I do like the odd Sonata match. The Jake Lee one is absolutely incredible. But for whatever reason, Mr. Guy, maybe it's a Sonata thing, I found this match hard to get into, and it didn't fully click with me. And when I say that, I usually say this match didn't click with me until, and then I was like, oh shit, but this match didn't click with me. Full stop, like the little dot. And maybe it's because I would have, maybe the finish is part of it, but I was feeling like that throughout the whole thing. There's really well wrestled parts that are really good and smooth and exciting, but maybe the finish colors it a bit too, because it's a sloppy as fuck looking O'Connor roll for the finish, and Sonata's now on 6 points, equaling Shooter Umino. There's like, this is like the album track that's shoved in between the awesomeness that is Gabe Kidd and Naito and the main event.
Yeah. You're listening to Dark Side of the Moon. You heard Breathe, and now you got to listen to On the Run before you get to Great Gig in the Sky. You know what I mean? It's fucking bullshit, right? So I got you. Also, that ending, he did the O'Connor roll and landed shoulder first right on Shota's face. That looked painful, and I didn't like it. So that match was fine. It's just like in a night in 2 nights in a row where everything's fantastic, this was just okay. You know what I mean? And so, like, it was very good on a night on its own. It would be great, but among all this other stuff, like,
but in stark contrast, yeah.
But well, then fuck that. Let's talk about the main evento, which is probably the match we've all been waiting for since we saw the blocks announced. It's Shingo versus Zack Sabre Jr. Right? So this is tremendous. First of all, just as you would say, all stop. It is tremendous, and it's rough as guts, as you would say as well.
Yeah.
So these guys do a bunch of fast-paced, heavyweight reversals, but like only they can do. Then it's on to like hold for Roman knuckle lock. Shingo gets a headlock, and Zack Sabre Jr. gets his neck crank thing and a drop kick. Some holds here and there. Shingo gets an explosion of offense and considers telling his thoughts about music in the 1990s. Then he decides to go ahead and share that he does, in fact, like ska. Now, check this out. He goes for the sliding D. It's caught by Zack Sabre Jr., who does the arm crank and stomps on it for good measure. That was great, man. So he continues the fuck your arm, but then it's broken up by like spinning neck breaker thing from Shingo. And then a top rope fuck your arm counter from Zack Sabre Jr., but Shingo still gets the superplex. He's up there for it. We're getting it, and it is top rope, and it is awesome. So there's some really super dope holds from Zack Sabre Jr. as he continues the fuck your arm strategy. Desperation pumping bomber from Shingo, but his arm's all fucked. And Shingo's doing a great job of there's a big strike battle after this, right? And he can only use his left arm, but out of instinct, sometimes he'll use his right, and then he's like, fuck, and it's just fantastic, right?
The little things, yes.
Now, out of this, he manages to somehow get this like stalling made in Japan out of nowhere, a running series of reversals they do in a desperation, Zack Driver! But Shingo kicks out of that, and the crowd is stomping their feet, man, at this point. And like I said, we can see all their faces. And it makes a big difference when you can see everyone's reaction in the crowd. So Shingo's reaction to getting slapped by Zack Sabre Jr. is tremendous. Like he's like that, it's so great, man. Then we get a shoot headbutt when Zack Sabre Jr. charges at Shingo, and it is scary and ouchy. And luckily they were at a level where neither one of them got killed, but it would look like could have been bad. So pumping bomber, and Shingo once last the dragon, but Zack Sabre Jr. gets a choke on. Then what's another one of Shingo's moves? Electric chair drop. So he does that, but Zack Sabre Jr. lets go of the hold for a second, and then boom, puts it right back on, turns that into a triangle with the extra stank, and Shingo reaches out to grab Red Shoes to stop him from calling the match, right? And it's in that split second is enough for him to like pick up Zack Sabre Jr., all right, transition that into Last of the Dragon and beat Zack Sabre Jr. The best wrestling is we take some of your shit, we take some of my shit, and we make new shit. And that's what everything that happened in this match just about was. It was very, very good. Zack Sabre Jr. is on 8 points, and Shingo's up on 6 now.
So, interesting stat Walker brings up is apparently these two hadn't wrestled since the New Japan Cup a couple years ago in singles. Really? Wow, I almost couldn't believe it. This match is like my favorite wrestler in the world versus, I don't know, Zack Sabre Jr., who you could argue is maybe my, I don't know if I don't like ranking wrestlers and stuff, but he's up there in terms of being one of my favorite wrestlers in the world. Like, he just is. And then you mix them both together, and it's just wrestling art. I know that sounds pretentious as shit, but like, all right, we're gonna strike each other. Cool. Now we're gonna do like submission things. Like, these guys are chalk and cheese that actually work. It's like oil and water, but this time the oil and water have mixed perfectly. Like, I love it. I love this match. I actually watched parts of it twice just because I was just fucking so into it. I know I've buried the New Japan World thing for not having a pause or a rewind function. Those days are long over. They have those now on World, so I've been making liberal use of them when it comes to like a spot I think is gnarly, or I just want need to see that vid again. And if because no one's really on the Tweety anymore, and if I'm not watching it live with you and stuff, I don't mind if I'm a little delayed a bit. I'll just click the Tweety off for a little while, and I'll rewind that minute. And I'm like, all right, fucking A, let's go. I loved it, and this is a match was like I'd have been happy if Zack Sabre Jr. won, because like I want him to win the G1, I really do. But my favorite wrestler won instead, so and I'm happy with that. And it's really hard to beat Zack Sabre Jr. no matter who you are, whether you're a top guy or whatever. It's really hard. So he makes you earn it.
It's meaningful, It means something,
That's right. Shingo's beaten both Naito and Zack Sabre Jr. I don't think there's going to be many people in this tournament that's going to be able to say they beat both those men.
That's true.
So
that's a good point. Man, what a great couple nights, I really, really love these nights, and I can't wait for more, man.
Yeah. I'm not watching live today because I've got relatives over and stuff, but I still, as soon as the opportunity has arisen, I'm putting it on. And we're at the halfway mark, by the way.
Wow.
I don't want it to go this fast, but but the schedule, it's a bit of a, maybe they found that right balance with the best of the Super Juniors. Don't give us fucking 4 shows in a row, you bastards.
Right.
3 max.
You bastards.
Yeah, you bastards. Don't you dare give me too much awesome shit. How dare you? Such an entitled fucking mark, aren't I? But man, dude, and that's the main event. I like this. Like someone mentioned, I don't know if it was Walker or Finley, that Gabe Kidd was pissed off because he's got a belt and Naito's got a belt and neither one were in the main event. I'm like, fucking, that's some good story shit for your character right there. Having said that, though, you got Shingo versus Zack Sabre Jr. You're going to put that shit on the main event. Like,
yeah.
Masterpiece. Absolute fucking masterpiece. I loved it. Yeah, shit. Yeah, watch that match, everyone. Like, just do it. Even though we've told you who wins, just watch these guys flow and move and go from thing to thing and just. But it's not. I'll make it sound like it's crisp and smooth. No, it's as Andy said. I would say rough as guts, man. A couple episodes ago, I was just like, last episode, I was like, the main events haven't been really hitting for me, like as much as the semi-mains. And Takeshita Finley, Zack Sabre Jr., and Shingo told me to hold their beers, obviously. And that's fuck yeah. All right, more wrestling this afternoon, and then we got a day off or two, and then some more. I can't wait. Not 100% crystallized on the stories yet, but let's go Zack Sabre Jr., everyone. And unless Mr. Guy has words he'd like to say, all I can say is you might take his spot, but you're never taking his role as the fucking bus driver, you motherfucking Kenta Sato, motherfucker.